Welcome back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. Chris Holman here. We're coming to you from our studios at the Capital Region International Airport. We're going to go kind of across town here. We're going to spend a little time with Megan Doherty. She's the president and CEO of FD Hayes Electric Company, which is located here in Lansing, Michigan. And Megan, welcome to the show. How you doing?
Hi, good morning. Really happy to be here this morning, Chris.
Well, it's good to have you here. It really is. And so let's talk a little bit about FD Hayes Electric. Bring us up to date.
Yeah, absolutely. So FD Hayes Electric is, as you said, here in Lansing, Michigan. We are an electrical contracting company at our core. We also do a lot of data communication, so low voltage, security, card access. We have a large service department, so that encompasses a lot of work in generators also, and EV chargers as of recently. And I'm the fourth generation, so we've actually been here in Lansing for 102 years.
So let's talk about that because especially in your circumstance, there's a few very interesting, unique things. First of all, let's talk about fourth generation. That is incredible.
Yeah, thank you. So started by my great grandfather, and he was actually an inventor. He was an electrical engineer by trade, but really an inventor at his heart. And kind of transitioned then through my grandfather, who really brought it into the commercial contracting market. And my dad, ran the company very well for 35 years. One of his real key introductions in the company was, of course, the data telecom side of that, as that was kind of an emerging market. And then, was a great business to grow up in and a great opportunity then when he was ready to retire that my husband, Charlie, and I could take the helm and take it another generation here.
That's one of the uniquenesses. The other is that it is a woman-owned company, and you've got to be at a lot of tables where there's nobody else there that looks like you.
Yes, absolutely. So certainly a lot of rooms that I'm in, boards, committees, industry things that I'm the first and only woman in the room. And I'm really hoping that part of my legacy is that when I leave this trade, I may have been the first, but that I'm no longer the only.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're doing a great job there too, by the way. Let's talk a little bit about serving homeowners and commercial businesses at the same time and industrial organizations. How does that work out?
Yeah, absolutely. So it takes really a great team. You're right. Those are really three uniquely different markets and kind of set of challenges within the industry. So, really we have a very talented team. Certainly we have some people that can kind of cross that gap between all of those different things. But we really do try to have dedicated teams that are experts and specialize in, specific areas of that.
Let's talk a little bit about that. When you get into that commercial aspect, and again, like I say, you'll find yourself in a lot of rooms being the only one there. How does that work out? What challenges are there because you are female?
Yeah. I think really the challenge is, um, creating a, legacy, creating a relationship with them. There's a lot of people, yourself included, that, knew my dad very well. And, so I think for me, it's initially kind of overcoming that expectation of, oh, okay, this is an owner's kid. And, really kind of setting my own standard in that room, developing my own relationships. And I think, just having people understand that, the FD Hayes brand and, just standard of quality and safety and everything that people have come to us for is as strong or stronger than ever. And I think really keeping that, central idea of, we are here as a community partner and we're here looking for relationships in the community, and working very hard every day to go out and keep relaying that message to all of our customers.
Now, you said this community because you really have a pretty broad area that you take care of. Have you found yourself growing geographically?
Yes, we definitely have. So that's very exciting. Of course, Lansing is our home. We're very intentional in having our business here in the city of Lansing. This is our core, but, as we continue to grow, that's one of the exciting things is just expanding that geography. So, we work really across the entire state of Michigan any given day.
Another little irony here is the behind the scenes fact that you are married to an Irishman. Tell me about that.
I am. It's true. Yes. So my husband Charlie is from Northern Ireland. So came over here and he works in the business as well. So he actually leads some of our data telecom, so some of our low voltage projects out in the field. So very unique again for a husband and wife to, work together and really run the business together. But he's a huge part of the team and what we do.
Well, I'll tell you what, and that's exactly what you've done is built a team and great bit of leadership, and you're doing a wonderful job with that company. Megan Doherty, President and CEO of FD Hayes Electric in Lansing, Michigan. Thanks for joining us today and keep up the good work.
Great. Thanks for having me.
You've all been watching the Michigan Business Beat on the Michigan Business Network. I'm Chris Holman, and we'll be back with more.